The two books that have been published on Scarecrow Press are really, the first one, Landscapes in Color, Conversations with Black American Composers, is actually a running dialogue between myself and 40 Black American composers. Everybody from Herbie Hancock to T.J. Anderson to Issei Barnwell, Sweet Honey in the Rock, to Patrice Rushen. And so in that, I got a chance to talk to them about their voices, their visions, their experience in being American music makers. And it also allowed me to talk across generations and also to musicians who were dealing in different areas of music, from symphonic music to avant-garde composition to pop music to writing a Broadway show to writing an opera. And so it was a very, compelling discussion with them, and a book that hadn't been published like that before. There was one, David Baker's The Black Composer Speaks, and this is a follow-up version of that, and that was in 1978, and Landscapes came out in 2002, so that first book was really wonderful. My most recent book, Black Notes, Essays of a Musician Writing in a Post-Album Age, is really an attempt to look at the history of American music making, particularly looking at Black American music, and looking at it as a great model for artistry and a great model for contemporary culture. So I asked the question, if you look at this music, which if you look starting with the spirituals and the blues and moving up to jazz and gospel and rock and roll and hip-hop and R&B, we have a wonderful historical trajectory here, a great model of people moving through this music, great artistry, and how it helped to advance a kind of American cultural idea. And so I ask musicians all the time, if you are talking about or looking at the way in which you can chart out the future of the music you're working at, the great model we have are these great artists, from, you know, Charlie Parker to Mary Lou Williams to Busta Rhymes to Tracy Chapman. I mean, it's this great narrative. So these are the questions, and it's based on 13 years of my writing, actually asking these questions from the emergence of hip-hop to current. And it's an exciting discussion. It's not always a comfortable discussion in this book, though, because I make some charges against the industry, and I call accountability into question, or I call artists into accountability on some of these issues, and the industry, and educators. And so the book acts as a history book, but it's also a kind of taking the pulse, as it were, of what the issues are currently today in contemporary music making.